Wellbeing tourism is tourism which supports harmony and balance of body, mind and soul of guests and hosts in a sustainable interaction with local community and the environment. In this guide for well-being places, we cover several different criteria and suggestions for essential aspects to consider when planning to promote and market a destination as a well-being place. Well-being tourism implicates an intention to do good and to have a positive impact on people, the environment, and on the planet. A well-being place is the place that symbolizes an increased focus on sustainability and well-being for visitors and the host region in the tourism industry. The well-being place should allow for contemplation and connection with the natural and cultural heritage and contribute to innovatively promoting the destination as a provider of well-being tourism. It is essential to ask, how does the place contribute to the well-being of body, mind and soul? We must be able to justify and characterize why the place creates the feeling of well-being and what benefits it brings to its visitors, hosts and guests. We must also give visitors a reason to travel and spend their time and money transporting themselves to the site. We must emphasize the very feeling the place can give. The creation of emotions does not only depend on what we see, but also on what the sounds, smells, natural and cultural storytelling, weather impacts. Sites linked to diverse events can affect visitors and lead to a negative connection and bad feelings about the place. Burial grounds, execution sites, or war-related places like these World War II bunkers should be avoided. Choose places that connect to positive or neutral tales or memories and happenings. Then inform visitors about happenings or tales that add to a positive experience for body, mind and soul. When choosing a place, it is also important to consider how it can be experienced with all the senses. Places that go through a natural change, for example, flowering meadows, fragrant plants, singing birds, sounds and activities from animals, natural lights can add up to an excellent value for the visitor. Such places encourage visitors to create memorable experiences and associations with the region. The place might be suitable at a particular time of the day or at certain times, but may be wrong at other times. In addition, disturbances can occur through noise and odors from traffic, seaports, airports, boat wharf life, and agriculture. Therefore, when determining if a destination is worth to be designated as a well-being place, we must take in its state during different periods. Choose places with minimum impact and the dependence on the surrounding society, including traffic. However, if implications can't be avoided, it is vital to communicate and inform about events or possible restrictions and disturbances. A well-being place should be well suited for the recovery from hectic everyday life, stress and crowds. A site's weakness can become a valuable addition to the place. The lack of facilities, for instance. If the place is far away from a base station for a mobile network, this should be highlighted as an asset for recovery. The lack of mobile connection helps to encourage the visitors to shut down and disconnect themselves from the internet. It motivates the visitor to enjoy their surroundings, contemplate and meditate, and focus on their inner well-being. A well-being place should be something other than an existing, frequently visited tourist attraction where many activities are going on. Further, it must offer possibilities for physical and mental well-being activities such as sports, yoga, or meditation. It must be spacious so that there is no risk for crowding. Also, a well-being place must be based on natural characteristics with contemporary values. In addition, there must be a harmony and balance between services, for instance, picnic tables, wind shelters, children playing grounds, to keep the place natural and genuine. A well-being place should add up with genuine values for body, mind and soul, as well as consider environmental, social and economic factors. Further, the place must be authentic, fit and blend with the region and the surroundings. Finally, it must be representable and reflect the region's natural and cultural heritage. The sustainability is essential for the selection of a well-being place. The place must be accessible and available to a broad public and offer the usage to the local tourism service providers. The increased attention and awareness of its values can cause unwanted effects, stress the environment and surroundings, and affect the locals. The unsustainable use of the place may cause visitor pressure, wear and tear of nature, and wildlife disturbance. Therefore, the well-being place must be able to withstand visitor pressure. Visitors should get information to trails and paths. This could be signposts with information or other means indicating them. Other possible actions include fencing certain areas, adding walkways and footbridges, limiting access in specific periods, or prohibiting trespassing by foot or any vehicles. The place should not be in close connection with residential areas, and it should care for the well-being of locals and their surroundings. To use the site as a well-being place, it must be accessible. This considers both accessibility in terms of transport, infrastructure, and access for people with special needs. A site accessible by public transport, connected to hiking and biking trails, and offering charging stations for electric vehicles has higher value as a well-being site. However, the chosen location may be too remote to be packaged into well-being offers and does not add to environmentally friendly means of use and transportation. Remote places offering silence and tranquility are often hard to reach by means other than by car. Nevertheless, well-being places must be accessible in a minimum one environmentally friendly way, for example, by train or bike. Accessibility to toilets, showers, barbecue and picnic areas can add value or increase the attractiveness of the well-being place. Some places might not provide service, while others are hitherto equipped with toilets or bins. The well-being place must also be suited and interesting for families with children. Several risks related to infrastructure and services include adverse effects on the place's authentic and natural values, and poor infrastructure of services, leading to reduced visitor numbers. The place may be over-facilitated with installations that harm its natural environment and character. A minimum and maximum offer of infrastructure and service in all places should be considered, like an information board or a picnic table. It is necessary to identify the natural theme of the place. The need for infrastructure and services depends on the target group. All infrastructure, including the adjustments for people with special needs, must fit in the ambience and be produced from sustainable materials that withstand visitor pressure and weather impacts, allowing it to age naturally. The well-being place should take at least one area of special needs in concern and offer a special arrangement to meet that need. The well-being place must offer contemplation and well-being according to the essential values of body, mind, and soul. Specially arranged devices or areas within the site should be arranged to encourage the visitors to contemplate themselves. For example, placing unique gadgets such as swings, hooks to bring your hammock, outdoor yoga carpets, seating, sunbeds, or wind protection. Well-being places should contain educational assets, which can take various forms depending on the type of a place. Education material can be available at the visitor centers, or downloadable content such as apps, e-guides, podcasts, questionnaires and games guiding visitors and explaining natural and cultural heritage and sustainability. Activities such as fundraising and assisting in the conservation of the place by helping on cleaning day or planting a seed or a tree also add to the well-being of visitors by well-doing. It is suggested that at least one information board containing information about the well-being place and its cultural and natural assets should be erected. There is a mutual exchange of values for the destination and the local tourism service providers. For example, the well-being place and local tourism product and services should be advertised, marketed, and promoted together. Furthermore, local tourism service providers can use the well-being place as a well-being proof asset. Learn and use the place for branding and educational purposes. The well-being place must be a good example where local tourism service providers can learn the practices used at the site to foster the creation of new well-being places. Summing up, a genuine well-being place must fulfill criteria based on the essential values of sustainability, mind, body, and soul. Promote well-being and well-doing, and offer possibilities for contemplation and meditation.